The mining colony of Kepler 442b had grown accustomed to fear after sunset. For 3 months, the workers would retreat to their sealed quarters as darkness fell, leaving the industrial complex eerily silent. The reason prowled the shadows beyond, their protective barriers. Queen Velthara of the Nixmari, a 7-foot-tall alien predator whose obsidian skin seemed to absorb light itself, making her nearly invisible in the colony's dim perimeter lighting. The Nixmari were a proud warrior race, their elongated limbs ending in razor-sharp talons that could slice through steel plating. Velthara's crown of bone spikes marked her royal status, while her 4 arms moved with predatory grace that spoke of countless battles won. Her species had evolved as nocturnal hunters on a world where darkness meant survival, and their queen embodied that lethal heritage. Captain Rebecca Torres stood at the observation deck of the main facility, watching the alien queen's silhouette move between the mining equipment. Unlike her terrified crew, Rebecca felt no fear, only curiosity. The queen's movements weren't random. They followed patterns, almost ritualistic in nature. She seemed to be searching for something, or perhaps someone. "She's been circling the same perimeter for weeks," Rebecca murmured to her second-in-command, Lieutenant Amanda Walsh. "If she wanted to attack, she would have done it by now." Amanda shook her head, her blonde hair catching the artificial light. "The reports from other colonies aren't encouraging, Captain. 3 settlements went dark after Nixmari contact. We should request immediate evacuation." Rebecca had read those reports. She'd also read between the lines. The other colonies had responded to first contact with weapons fire and aggressive posturing. The Nixmari had simply responded in kind, as any threatened species would. But here on Kepler 442b, despite the Queen's nightly prowling, no violence had occurred. The human captain made a decision that would either save her colony or doom it. She headed for the airlock. "Captain, you can't be serious," Amanda called after her, but Rebecca was already sealing her environmental suit. "Maintain communication silence unless I signal distress," Rebecca ordered. "If this goes wrong, evacuate immediately. Don't wait." "For me." The airlock cycled, and Rebecca stepped into the alien night. The air was breathable but thin, carrying strange scents of sulfur and ozone from the planet's unique geology. Her suit's lights cast long shadows across the mining complex as she walked deliberately toward the perimeter where Queen Velthara typically appeared. She didn't have to wait long. The alien queen emerged from behind a massive ore processor, her 4 arms spread wide in what Rebecca hoped was a defensive rather than aggressive posture. Up close, Velthara was even more imposing. Her obsidian skin seemed to ripple with muscle beneath its surface, and her large silver eyes reflected Rebecca's suit lights like twin moons. Rebecca stopped 20 feet away and slowly removed her helmet, letting her brown hair fall free in the thin atmosphere. The action was pure trust and pure madness. If the alien queen wanted her dead, the helmet wouldn't stop those claws anyway. "I'm Captain Rebecca Torres," she said in clear, measured tones, knowing her suit's external speakers would carry her voice. "I command this colony." Queen Velthara tilted her elongated head, studying the human with obvious intelligence. When she spoke, her voice was surprisingly melodious, though filtered through vocal cords designed for a different atmosphere. "You are not afraid," the Queen observed, her English heavily accented but understandable. "Your people hide when darkness comes. You stand in the open." "Fear serves no purpose here," Rebecca replied. "You've had 3 months to attack us." "You haven't. That tells me you want something else." The alien queen's silver eyes narrowed. "Your species killed my daughter?" Rebecca felt her heart sink. Another colony's aggression had personal consequences she hadn't anticipated. "I'm sorry for your loss, but we weren't responsible for that tragedy." "All humans are the same," Velthara hissed, her claws extending slightly. "Violent, territorial, quick to destroy what they don't understand." "Are we?" Rebecca asked, spreading, her own arms wide in unconscious mimicry of the Queen's posture. "Then why am I standing here unarmed? Why have you patrolled our perimeter for months without attacking? Maybe we're both more than our species' worst examples." Queen Velthara circled Rebecca slowly, her 4 arms moving in complex gestures that might have been threatening or simply evaluative. I came here to study your kind before deciding whether this colony should share my daughter's fate. Your people interest me, human Rebecca. You maintain discipline without aggression. Your workers fear me, but they don't shoot first and ask questions later. Because we learned from the mistakes of others, Rebecca said, turning to keep the alien queen in sight. The reports from the other colonies reached us. We saw what happened when fear and violence were the first response. The queen stopped directly in front of Rebecca. And what do you propose instead? Rebecca took a deep breath of the thin air. Coexistence. This planet is large enough for both our peoples. Your kind are natural hunters and warriors. We could learn much from you about surviving in hostile environments. In return, our technology and industrial capabilities could benefit your people. You would trust a species that killed your daughter to honor such an agreement? Queen Velthara asked, but her tone had shifted from threatening to genuinely curious. Trust has to start somewhere, Rebecca replied, and it has to start with individuals willing to take the first step, even when their people tell them it's impossible. The alien queen was silent for long minutes, her silver eyes studying Rebecca's face as if searching for deception. Finally, she spoke again. There is wisdom in your words, human Rebecca, but trust, as you say, must be earned. I propose a trial period, 1 lunar cycle. Your people may continue their operations during daylight hours. During darkness, my warriors and I will patrol your perimeter, protecting you from the native predators that hunt in this world's night. Rebecca blinked in surprise. You've been protecting us? The creatures that emerge after full dark would have consumed your entire colony within days of your arrival, Queen Velthara said with what might have been amusement. Your fear was misplaced, human Rebecca. You should have been thanking me, not hiding from me. As if summoned by her words, a bone-chilling howl echoed from the distant mountains, something that sounded like no earthly creature Rebecca had ever heard. Tomorrow night, you will see, the queen continued, and perhaps your people will begin to understand that not all aliens who come in darkness bring death. Rebecca replaced her helmet and activated her communications. Control. This is Captain Torres. Stand down all defensive measures. We have new allies. As she walked back toward the colony, Queen Velthara's voice carried on the wind behind her. Until tomorrow night, human Rebecca, may your dreams be peaceful. For the first time in months, Rebecca believed they would be.